thought I knew what the LA fan wanted. I spent 6 years. I had run the premium, then I had taken over the whole building, and then a concert venue. It's like, we've got this, we know. And then the circus rolled into town.
Are there one or two lessons learned from your experience at the Honda Center that are informing your decisions here at this new arena?
The best thing about this industry is when you learn every day. We never live the same day twice, and the opportunity to continue to grow as a person, as an operator, as a professional continues to be there. So those lessons are learned every day. When Matt and I actually first started talking, it was about help me understand the difference between third party and self-operated, and what are some of the strengths, what are some of the challenges, just as he was considering which way he wanted to pursue for Dickies. And when we started talking about it, some of the biggest things I said, listen, we've learned because we've made big mistakes, and there's only opportunities to learn from those mistakes to get better, and we did that in those first few years of being self-operated. And some of the biggest ones are, learn your market, learn your people, and recognize that some of the things that will work, I was fortunate. I had been in the LA market. I thought I knew what the LA fan wanted. I spent 6 years. I had run the premium, then I had taken over the whole building, and then a concert venue. It's like, we've got this, we know. And then the circus rolled into town in Orange County. And we, set ourselves up from a production standpoint, from an operational standpoint, all with that same, this is the LA fan market, this is the California market. Oh boy, were we wrong. We hadn't seen it. The Orange County market was completely different than LA, even for something as simple and similar as the circus. Not to suggest the circuses are simple, because they definitely aren't. But with that reality, it was one of those, wow, you have to trust that the experience you've had is going to help you, but you can't rest on those laurels. You need to do your homework. You need to be willing to experience it all for the first time and tweak and adjust very specific to where you are. And the benefit of being self-operated is we had that ability. So from those first few performances of thinking we knew better or knew what to expect, and then realizing, oh boy, we don't, we need to react quickly, we could. And I think that was one of the biggest learnings early on, was that not everything is cookie cutter, and some of the things that you've had to keep very consistent in those previous models or previous experiences, when you don't have to keep them and you start thinking outside the box for every event and every group that might be coming into your venue, all of a sudden you reap such great rewards, and you start to see a deeper, different connection with your guest, but you also see so much more creativity and so much more inspiration from your team. And that was really one of the biggest wins, was recognizing that best in the industry is great, and everybody's got to have experience to do what we do at a level that we want to thrive in. But don't just tap into one person for one thing. There's so much more. Talk about it, brainstorm, see what's going on, throw things against the wall that are absolutely insane, that might cost more than you ever thought could be reasonable or approved, and then drill down in why they're really great ideas, and then approach. I think one of the bigger wins about it, being at the Honda Center in particular, was, even my counterparts that had been in a self-operated component of the building for years would look at what we were doing and say, God, why does food and beverage get to do those things? And the truth was, we were never not willing to ask. Where it might have in another environment felt like, that'll never get approved, so let's not waste time thinking about it, let's not drill into it, let's not consider it. We were willing to say, okay, let's dream big. I want you to ask for the unicorn. What do we want? What could we really do? And then we would hone in on it. And sometimes those came with a lot of effort. Some of those came with big price tags. Some of them came with little of either, but just we had to work through it enough to get to how we could make it great with the effort and the energies and the passion for it. And I think being willing to not automatically think within the confines of financials or what's been previously approved or what's been previously done is why that self-op model is so exciting. Because if you kind of throw those walls of caution out, you can get some really great realities to come to the surface.